Yeah, sure. Great to be off to a 3-0 start. Strong finish to our non-conference schedule. Really proud of the fellas, the way they took care of business for this portion of our schedule. Credit to Pete Shaleak and Towson staff for bringing their team in, battle for 4 quarters. Good team, well-coached team. Some positive highlights, I think, on offense. What we were looking to be able to do was start fast. I think we scored points on the first 6 drives we had. 7 was really efficient for us. Did a really good job of kind of getting the offense rolling early on and gained some momentum. I thought the run game showed up. We had, I think, 3 rushing touchdowns, and liked the way that the backs finished downhill. Was not always clean, and it was good to see Octavian Smith, who missed a little time during the week, get going and have his first 100-yard game. Really proud of our defense, the way they've played. They've continued to keep people out of the end zone. Got pressure on the quarterback today. And probably the best thing that comes out of a game like this is we got to play a lot of players, and we got to put some good and bad on the tape. We saw some explosive plays there in the second half where when we've got some young players in the game, them understanding that the standard doesn't change for us when we play a bunch of players. And, you need to have this stuff on tape. You get to put it on tape and coach from it. And, with a team that's inexperienced like the one we have, we'll be better because of the depth that we've been able to create by playing some of these young guys in situations today and getting it on tape. So really happy with the way that happened. I thought Lakai Rowland made a huge play for us in the game with the 100-yard interception return. Another one of those young corners that benefited from things that happened a year ago. You see him playing with a lot more confidence, and not having Jamari Glasgow out there, you threw him and 2 and 27 in the mix to where they were able to get a ton of great reps that I think we'll be able to learn and grow from. Big Ten play is upon us. We'll learn a lot about who we are as a team on the road against Wisconsin, a really good team that's been a blue blood in the Big Ten for a long time. I know the players are excited about getting out of conference, non-conference 3-0, and excited to go on the road up to Madison and put together a good week of work to put ourselves in position to go get a road win up there in Madison. So with that, I'll open it up for whatever questions.
Mike, Malik's day, especially early, those deep shots you guys were able to take, tons of big plays in the first half. What do you guys feel you were able to take advantage of early?
I think the big thing is when you watch Malik, being able to use all 53 and a half of the field, the comebacks to the field from the opposite hash or throws, those are big boy throws. You don't appreciate the throw to punch, the throw behind ball where he just understands where and the type of accuracy that we need to make some of these throws. Again, as I've said before, he's still working, kind of still in that training camp mode if you think about the amount of work that he missed early in the training camp. But I'm really pleased with how he's protected the football and the decision making. And, Pep and offensive staff have done a really good job of force-feeding him things and getting him into rhythm. And I thought he did a really good job today early getting going on offense.
Hey, Coach. For Shaleak Knotts today, with his performance, he surpassed last year's receiving totals, also his career high now for his season. What have you liked from the senior so far this year?
It's just about the perseverance that he's shown. Everybody knows that I'm a big Punch fan, and to see him have success finally, this is a guy that we've thought of very highly, that he's a guy that could be a playmaker for us. It just goes to show, man, you just got to run your race, which he has done. Has not been perfect, but I really like the way things have worked out for Punch early in the year, and we hope to continue to build on it with him.
First and foremost, Coach, congrats on the win.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Last week, you talked about pairing the run and the pass game. This week, 400 total yards. Can you expand on that, and why is it so important heading into Big Ten play and the momentum it gives you guys?
Yeah, I always talk about balance on offense, and I learned under Ralph Friedgen that balance is not running it 50% of the time or throwing it 50% of the time. It's being able to efficiently do it, do either or based on what you have to get done. And, today, again, we kept pushing the run game. We were really intentional of trying to get the touches for the run game. You saw us add to Ivy's toolbox, as I like to say. Iverson Howard coming in and getting some plays. I like the way Nolan and Dewan have been a great 1-2 punch for us. And, you know, for the run game in the Big Ten, it's really important that we have the ability to have balance because, you know, we got a freshman quarterback that every game is a learning experience for him, and there's not a better compliment than being able to line up and lay and knock people off the line of scrimmage and hand it off and get positive yardage to stay in those advantageous third down situations, which, you know, I thought today we did that.
Hey, Coach.
What's up,
We're 3 games in. Malik still hasn't been sacked. What have you liked from up front, the pass protection, and then does that pass protection change the math at all as far as how long you're willing to leave Malik in the game in a blowout?
No, I mean, we have work to do. You know, we have a plan and how we want to play our players. This stuff is talked about before the game. We have contingency plans. So we played Malik about what we wanted to do. We wanted to get off to a fast start. Check, we did that. We wanted to play 2 drives in the second half. Didn't like the first drive where we ended with a field goal on a 3rd and 1. And then we wanted to mix and match the second drive with moving some players around. We played left guard Isaiah over at left tackle because there's going to be a time during the next 3-4 weeks that we're going to have to create depth. And, you know, we went in with a plan. I like the way the plan operated. Would I'd like to see it a lot cleaner in the second half with our 2s. You know, if you look at what Towson did with their 2s and the guys that they brought in, they were a little more efficient. But for me, the ability to put that on tape, teach, coach from with this young team is invaluable. So looking forward to watching the tape.
Hi, Coach. You actually kind of just touched on this, but a little bit at the beginning, too, when you mentioned that so many different guys got reps today. How important is that going to be, especially, as you mentioned, for depth, especially when you get into the conference schedule and really deep into, like, November?
Yeah, for us, you know, we've talked about our lack of depth. We talked about how limited the numbers are for us. We're not, you know, some people are at 120 players, and we're at, like, 103. And so for me, that's the point of diminishing returns with as much reps and how physical a conference we're going to be playing in, which is why we had to move guys around. Our depth will come from a guy like Isaiah Wright who can play left guard, playing some left tackle when we need to take a few plays off of Rotrell Perry. It'll come from moving Kerm from the nickel slot to playing outside at corner because Jamari Glasker's out. And so today we were able to mix and match some personnel groupings. We got Trey doing a little more pass rushing, which got us putting 23 on the field. There was a lot of Rubik's Cubes movements with trying to play enough players at the right time and the right positions so that we can create depth and when, in fact, we do need it. And I like the way the coaches were able to execute the things that we went into the game with those plans.
Mike, defensively, you have 100-yard interception return for a touchdown, a couple sacks, 1 for 13 on 3rd down. Just how close is that unit to where you want it to be going into Big Ten?
You know, as I said, we're going to always be plugging and fixing problems with this young team, inexperienced team. Today we fixed some of the 3rd down issues that we had a week ago. And so what I'm learning really quickly about this group is you're going to achieve what you emphasize. And so we're getting some of the 3rd down things fixed from a week ago. 2 weeks ago, we got the penalties and what we call our margin of error cleaned up. We'll be fixing things all season long. I really like the way our guys take the coaching, take the learning. Today, adding the depth that we've been able to use and create will help our team down the road. So really pleased with the way things panned out for us.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, the offensive line, some new faces on it this season. Malik's been kept pretty much clean so far. Just how much have they impressed you early in the season?
You know, I like the way that we've taken care of the young quarterback in a protection standpoint. Credit to Hal and Robo, both those veteran line coaches that we've brought in. And you're right, we've got guys like Rotrell Perry that was a Division II Central Connecticut player a year ago, and now he's playing in the Big Ten, and Hal's got him competing and playing at a high level, and a lot of it can be attributed to what he faces on a day-to-day basis from those young pass rushers we have in practice. And we always talk about the iron sharpening iron possibilities when you have those type of competitors on the other side. Hal and Robo have really done a good job of cleaning the pocket for us. Obviously, I think our quarterback does a really good job of getting us picked up for the most part. Today was the first time I saw us blow protections where, you know, some of the young running backs that haven't played in those situations we put it on tape now, and we get a chance to show him the importance of your check release, seeing your backer all the way till you get out on your route. So a lot of good learning that will come from this tape. I'm looking forward to getting on it.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations again on the win.
What's up, D? How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking.
Great.
Now, I want to go back to the defense. Of course, we saw a guy like Avery for the first time today.
Who's that? Oh,
Avery.
Neo.
Yeah. So I want to talk to see what you saw out there before you look at the tape on the defense. And, you know, who are some guys that maybe stood out?
Yeah, for me, going into this, obviously when you lose Jamari Glasker, who was a scratch for us this week, we expect him back this coming week. But to be able to now have to make the shift to where who's our fourth corner, and our fourth corner obviously is moving Kerm from the nickel slot position outside, which now puts 12 on the field for us. And it was great to see 12, which, you know, he got lucky on the drop ball on the deep shot. Imagine being able to coach and teach them off of those things. And so what I liked about the defense is that when we had our top guys on the field, they got off the field, and that was what we needed to get accomplished on third down, which we didn't do a week ago or even do in the first week. So I feel good about that. I thought we tackled a lot better again this week. Last week, a couple of missed tackles, bad angles showed up, and again, it became something we emphasized, and we got it fixed. What we need to do is those young guys, when they come in on defense, we can't give up 70, 80-yard explosive shots in quarters coverage where we should have a guy doubled, and we should be top down with our safeties. So putting that on tape, it's ugly. It's not something that as a head coach you want to see, but it couldn't have happened at a better time, and to be able to learn from it with getting a quality win and finishing up the non-conference schedule, we'll be better because of it.
Yeah, Coach, can you talk about your three senior receivers and how well they've worked well with Malik and getting him more acclimated to the system?
Yeah, I mean, with Ak and Jaleel, obviously, and Punch, those three guys have really been the guys that we've tried to create opportunities for. We really tried to force feed Jaleel today, and we got him going early with some of the things that he does well, which is getting the ball in his hand and allowing him to be a run-after-catch guy. I think we saw Ak today utilize the vertical speed that he brings to the table that creates those big spaces where, you know, our quarterback made some big-time throws. And then Punch is like a safety net for our young quarterback. I mean, almost to a fault, because there's times where he's looking for Punch when the ball could probably go somewhere else or be a lot cleaner look, but just shows the confidence that he has in all three of these guys. And they're all three seniors, have provided tremendous leadership for us. And we're going to need these guys to play well as we hit the road next week to start conference play. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.